Hi guys, Taps here with another video. So today I wanted to showcase Sunday breakdown. So the first pair that I'm actually looking at is USD Russian Ruby. So it's one of the pairs that I used to look at like back in 2017. It's really rewarding because it has like large spreads. It's the same as GBP, JPY, something like that. So why I wanted to look at it like it has one of the structures that I really like is. It's kind of confusing though, but like if you can catch it, you have a large amount of money to make here. So the first we have a double bottom here. It has already been respected. So we have the first touch, second touch. Then we have price shooting up to here. So I couldn't take this trade because like they had like a lot of holidays, so the market was closed for this. So like whenever it opened, it would like just shoot up to this extent, then you see the market being closed again. So I couldn't take any trade with this space. So but pretty much next week I'm actually looking forward to trade this. So as I said, we have a double bottom. So that's the first touch, the second touch making it a double bottom. Then we had price shooting up to here, then a consolidation making a sort of like a flag. It's more clear on 1 hour time frame. This is our flag. So I'm only taking this trade from here. So I'm actually targeting something like 7,920 pips. That's the amount of pips that I'm actually targeting. So I'm only taking this trade from this break. So if price breaks above this area, then I'm actually taking this trade to um, approximately this area. That's when I'm taking my trade to. So I'm just waiting for a signal and see if I can. So if I'm just waiting, see like if price is gonna break above here, then we are actually good to buy. And if price breaks below here, because it has happened before. So around here we had sort of like a flag. Also we had our running stick here, then we had a slant making it a flag, but price didn't follow that, so we had having price breaking below here. So that's the same. So I'm only hoping that I can actually taking it as a short below this area, only below this area, then targeting this area only. So the next pair that I was actually looking at, I didn't take this trade Friday, but I would have. So it didn't have any indicator except this oversold indicator. So I usually use a MACD for convergence and divergence, but we had an oversold scenario here. So price had a sort of like a double resistance here. So price couldn't actually break below here. So we had price going back up. So I'm actually looking forward to buy this setup to this extent, only to this extent. The rest I'll see probably maybe next week, because this might take the whole week to Friday. We might see maybe a break below here, consolidation, then we'll see price actually moving forward to this. So I'm waiting. If price actually is gonna follow this line that I've drawn, probably we might see it take profit on Thursday somewhere around here. The next pair that I wanted to look at, like this structure, I'm actually loving this structure because I've already tested it last week, and it came true on four of the pairs that I actually traded, and only two Swiss pairs. So like Euro Swiss, it actually came through on Friday, and it was already too late for me. Then the other pair that I really didn't follow, it was USD Swiss franc, but Euro Swiss franc came through later, so it was only one pair that didn't come through. So the scenario goes like this. So we have our trend line as our resistance. So we have an ascending channel. So most of the people, they just know that if you have an ascending channel, you have to sell at the top of the ascending channel, but you don't really know like which is the top of, like where is the top of the ascending channel. So in this scenario, you see we have a resistance here, so it's a well respected resistance. We have the first touch, the second touch, third touch over here. Then the fourth touch is it actually broke below. It came back and said like let's retest, but it couldn't retest, so price actually fell below here. Then it came back last week to try to retest here, and so now what happened, it broke above here. So I had the same scenario with Australian USD over this area ascending channel. We have this it's more clear on here. So this resistance, so it has the first touch, second touch, then here it got broken, then price came through running. So the same here, this is the top. So of course price will, so most of the people you see, most of the people that are gonna take this position, they will wait for price to retest here, then buy to this extent, hoping that price will reach here, because like it's triangle, but price is already broken below. Spend a lot of time under this area. So what happens is price came back to retest this part of the resistance. So this is our top part of the resistance, and price is actually gonna drop below, like a sharp drop. So we might see a sharp drop Monday, Tuesday, sharp drop. So I'm actually only taking my take profit over this area. So it's our resistance from here. So that's when I'm hoping that price will actually reach. Overall, we'll see price actually coming down to this area. So but for now, we'll see price retesting over here, then a little bit of consolidation, then we'll see a continuation later. My favorite pair for last week was this. I had pictures that I sent on the group, also on Instagram. If you follow price action, we had our resistance here, then our ascending channel, our ascending channel over here, then we had a false break over this area. Price fell sharp into this area, then we saw a little bit of price slowed down, then a continuation. Then we had the same scenario over here, and price actually broke above on this area. Then I actually posted like there's gonna be a continuation. I thought continuation was gonna be here, but it took a little bit longer than a continuation came through. So the same scenario is this. So in this case, our resistance is this. So as our resistance is around this area, we have our ascending channel toward the resistance, and I'm only taking so what's gonna happen is price is gonna taste this resistance, then it'll fall sharp into this area, then we'll see a completion of our trend line. We'll see price coming back to this area, then we'll start looking for buy scenarios, only buy setups from this area. The next pair, so we are only looking at the few pairs. So the pairs that I'm taking this week, this Euro USD also, and I think up to here only. The rest is still like my watch list. So going on to news card, we had our ascending channel to this area, then we had our resistance, then we had a false break. We had this top of the channel being tested, then price fell below sharply, consolidation, then continuation. Then now we have the same scenario. So now we have our trend line below here, then our channel is a descending channel over this area now. So price is gonna fall below just price. I'm waiting for price to fall below this area, then I can actually say like I can sell. So I'm actually waiting, maybe price might just retrace to this area, then fall to this area, then from there I can, so from only here then I can take my sell signal. The other pair that I'm actually looking, so this is only on my watch list, I'm not taking it now. So I wanted to showcase this. So we have our channel towards the resistance, but in this case it didn't break through, so I didn't take this signal. I was only going to take it around here, but I didn't. So what happened on this continuation, I actually thought price is going to go back to this extent, but it didn't. So what happened, we had price moving along this resistance, following sort of like a channel along this resistance, then it broke below. So I'm actually looking at the scenarios like Swiss franc, it is the same thing. So if it's a continuation that is more like this and it happens often, then I'm adding it to my strategy also. So I'm just adding it on my watch list for now, and I'm waiting for price to just continue with this channel, then I can only take a sell signal from here. So Swiss franc, this the same thing, we have price following this, riding along with this resistance. So there's a possibility, because we had our sell from here. We took off a sell here, but it couldn't come through, so we had a second sell over here, and price broke below here. So now we have this resistance, and price is actually testing this resistance, and actual price is also moving along this trend line, this lower trend line. So I'm actually waiting for price to break a little bit below here, then we can actually sell, and hoping to, if it happens that it breaks below here, then I'm actually adding it to the pictures of the history of what happens with these kind of setups. So Euro Swiss, it came through last week, but I had already lost hope of it. So what happened is I took the first sell over here because prices already broke above here. Then we were like, now we're actually good to sell, but we were early and we were taken out early. So our stop loss, we had our stop loss hitting around here. So price actually continued to this extent, then it fell back into this area. So we're just gonna see a little bit of consolidation there. Maybe on Tuesday we might see a sell signal from here. Also this, but I'm not taking seriously until it comes back to this area. So what happened, I had already wrote like a confluence. It was a confluence of this trend line and this old trend line from way back. So confluence of this trend line and the confluence of this trend line. It was like, I'm actually good to sell, but it didn't come through like that. It actually disappointed me, and actual price followed this triangle and broke above here. So now price is actually coming back down. So for next week, I'm still waiting for price to come back to here, then we can say now we are good to sell. So that's pretty much it for this week, guys. I will be adding more and hope you learn something this week. Have a good day.